Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome, Kelly.
Hello. Thanks for having
Commentary by
me.
Kelly. Finally, I got her on my channel. You see this? You see? I have Kelly here. How long I've been trying to get you? Like 2 months, maybe?
Yeah. Well, and we
Yeah.
scheduled it a while ago, and then luckily I wrote it down, and I looked at my planner, and I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
was like, that's right. I got a thing with Claire on Thursday this week.
And I used to do that especially for AmItheAsshole, because for a while it's a very popular show. Everybody wants to come up here and be an asshole. And it's good because, we get to talk about stuff. It's not always about, being a jerk or call somebody out or anything like that. They're good conversations, about people doing the wrong thing or the right thing and what they could do better. So it was very popular. So it wasn't uncommon to be 6 or 7 weeks out until the end of December, and everything just blew up. I guess the holidays, like everybody was like, oh, I scheduled that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Yeah, scheduled it way ahead of time, and then realized, oh crap, that's
right.
That's a busy time of year.
So I was just like you. I was like, oh shit, oh, that's in my book. Oh, I do have something in my book. It's Kelly. Yes, I have Kelly. It is. And I had everything ready. I had the thumbnail, everything ready. I just hadn't put the stream up on the on the channel. I feel kind of naked after this show. It's the first time in months that I didn't put anything out ahead of time. Like there's nothing out there. We're gonna start the new year as a surprise, people.
That's Sometimes you need that.
That's Bear's present for you for 2022. It's your guess. Like,
well, because that's kind of what it is, right? Nobody knows what it's going to bring, so we might as well just be surprised from the beginning.
That's it. We might as well just go with it. But you had a great holiday, I hope. Everybody in the chat, I hope everybody has been chilling and everything. It's nice to see all your faces. I miss you all. I do. Like, if I'm not streaming, I actually miss seeing all of that, all of your faces and talking. It is. I feel like, my buddies.
I'll see a name pop up, and I just smile, and it's like, oh, I haven't seen that person in forever.
What I had to tell you, you have one of the best chats places to hang out. Let me tell you, because you see me there because it's safe. I feel it's the only place that no matter what is going on, nobody's going to come for me. Nobody's going to say anything, because that doesn't happen in your chat, just like it doesn't happen in mine. And there aren't that many places, like that. And that's why I'm proud to have a wrench over there and to go there and hang out with all those people and to hear what you're talking about, because it's all reasonable and calming. And even if you have an issue, it's handled. Oh, what is the word? Appropriately, I guess. Without causing more shit. Is that what I'm trying to say?
That's always what I'm trying to say. I like to speak on something, and then I said I'm done with it. Like I'm not going back and forth. I'm not doing the draw. Like, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and then that's it. You know what I mean? I might have 1 or 2 videos on the same person, and then that's it. I said it. I'm not gonna keep going at it, you know what I mean? But it's a really big compliment, and I appreciate it.
You and I, we did another series together with Jamal at one time. That's how we met, right? And you were coming back from a leave. I didn't know the first time you were back on YouTube. I had not been an acquaintance of yours, and I did not get exposed to your content at that time. Well, once we started paneling, you and I started, you talk to all the other people, the other creators, you check out the content. We all had something more in common, just that, the reasonableness, I guess, just the I just want to produce content and do my thing. Yes. That's it. Like, why is that so hard? Remember, those conversations were like, why won't anybody let us do that?
You gotta be, it's always gotta be something, right? But Jamal was, a lot of the people that I've connected with was because of his first series, his Why YouTube series. And
I love that series.
I did. He had reached out to me. I didn't even know him. And he reached out to me as a small creator. And then from there, it snowballed. I joined that panel. I met you, Xylee, Jackie, Josh, Kales, just so many people that, I stayed connected with. And it's like, oh, thank you, Jamal.
Yeah, we had other people in there. We had Marisa in there and Wildflower. Unfortunately, because of their schedules, we never actually got to get them on panel, but they were all part of the discussions in the chats. And it was like, we had Heidi Black from True Crime. She's she's more over on Instagram in a different area, but she was in there too for a while. We got to meet a lot of different creators, and I loved it. And I, didn't regret not anyone that I met, because we learned something from everything. And made some really good connections, like this show and being able to talk to you on a regular basis here and there and coming to see your content. So
yeah, and really supportive people. Like that's like everybody that was a part of that panel is just very supportive of each other and other, you know what I mean, even creators that weren't, like, just very supportive, sharing and liking and positive words, you know, and that's probably the best part of it. It's just
it was because that whole series was about we learned something from each other every time, right? Different things that we were both setting up our channels, you know, different ways, even the little hints about, you know, pre-scheduling this, that, and the thing. We were all learning from each other at the time, which was the purpose, is to try to get smaller creators together to talk about the issues and feel like you're not alone out there. That's what that's what I do on my Discord. Like, you're not alone. Yeah. Like we're all little itty bitty drops here, and you don't have to feel like you're doing something wrong. You're not. You don't have to subscribe to that craziness if you don't want to. You can just, you know, move forward. There's more of us than you think out there just doing our thing and not stomping.
And we learn. You know what I mean? Learn from each other. Ask questions. You know, as new channels, there's a lot we don't know that a smaller channel might have just went through. They didn't know that they went through it. So now they're like, hey, nobody told me this. Here's this, you know what I mean, thing to keep in the back of your mind. It's going to make your journey a little easier. And I mean, that's priceless to get, you know, I mean, just free information like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, even just learning to use some of the softwares that we were doing, and then just learning how to set up your channel itself to make sure that you're, you know, if you are pre-scheduling, that it's up there. How many people that we ran into those first couple episodes didn't even know you could do that? In the YouTube thing, we didn't have that working, or playlists or anything like that. It was really
and
good.
Knowing like, I can put I mean, I can highlight a video on my homepage and how to the you know, slow mode and subscriber mode and where to set the mods and where to see who you got blocked and hidden. And I wouldn't have known any. I mean, I would have just been trial and error, you know. And most of it, I probably wouldn't have known a lot of it even now had it not been for Jamal's series and connect. You know, I mean, you showed me things. Jamal, so many people have been like, hey, jump on StreamYard real quick. I'll walk you through this. And then I've paid that forward and been like, hey, so-and-so showed me this. I'll show you how to do with subscriber only mode. So yeah, it's beneficial for everybody.
It's so beneficial. But you know, that's not good. And I'm just so excited you're here. But on that, I think we should read one, because they're gonna want us to do these, right? People, like, you actually want us to do an Am I the Asshole today? So
they're like, get on with the show, ladies.
No, they are. They go, come on, we want to make fun of some jerk in one of the things you read. So let's just pull that up. But you know how this goes, right? I'm gonna read it to you, and then we're just gonna discuss it. And let me just make sure I got the first one here, because I think I just flew through a couple. Yeah, I did. Look at that. You see that? All right. This is the last mess up of the year, people, because this is the last show of the year. So I can confidently say that.
The last one.
It's the last one of 2021 that you will see me mess up like that. But there you go. It happens, you know.
It does.
But it is up there. I could still read it. It's good. All right. So, am I the asshole for being mad about my brother's no phone call rule at Thanksgiving dinner? Now, I thought this was appropriate because of the holidays, because I'm sure this happened in several places if anybody was having anyone over. So this year, Thanksgiving was at my brother and his girlfriend's house. Edit to make clear, only for dinner, not a sleepover or an all-date night event. His girlfriend made a rule of no phones allowed at the dinner. My brother never had this rule before, but he said he agreed with it. When you got there for dinner, you had to turn your phone off and put it in a basket by the closet. No exceptions, apparently. I thought this was a huge overstep, and I am not the only one. It's ridiculous because we're all adults and no one should have told us what to do. Again, I am not the only one who felt this way. Other guests had the same problem as me and my husband. Both of us were PO'd about it. Technically, I had Thursday and Friday off, but I still would have liked to keep up with my emails and done some work, even if I wasn't getting paid for that time. My brother got mad back at me when I told him how stupid of a rule it was. Him and his girlfriend all having Christmas dinner at their house too, but I don't want to go if the silly no phones thing is on during that dinner. Me and my brother had two big arguments about it. My husband agrees with me, Other guests also agree, and I told him he should stand up to his girlfriend over this silliness. I know other people have said something to him, and they agreed with me. He thinks we're wrong. There was an argument between my husband and him also. I think it's a dumb rule to enforce on guests. Myself and I think my brother and his girlfriend are really off base here. But am I being an asshole?
My gut instinct says yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Or sir. You know what I mean? Like yeah, ma'am, because she said her husband. It is just dinner. We've lived in a world for 2 years where you can't be with people, and you had 2 years to be on your phone. You know what I mean? You're talking what? Maybe 3-4 hours. You might be over at their house, you know, a couple hours, an hour maybe before you eat, an hour after. It's. I mean, I don't think that the brother and the girlfriend, if they hosted it, they cooked all the food, they cleaned the house. You know what I mean? Would you say like, am I an asshole because my brother wanted us to take our shoes off when we came in the door? No, you respect that rule. So
you know what? She lost me. She totally lost me with one statement. I would have liked to have checked my mail for my emails for work on that, even though I'm off. Like, this just proved to me you're a type A personality. Your brother is enforcing a break that you obviously need, woman, because if you can't get through a dinner without your phone, with your family around, there's an issue there, and they're doing you a damn favor. Plus, it's a matter of respect, right? It's not your house. Like, listen, if they tell me to come in and strip naked, I'm not going to do it. But if you ask me to take off my shoes, I'm going to do it. If you ask me not to smoke or drink or whatever your house rules are, it's your house. It's a matter of respect. I also understand that when it comes to family, sometimes that matter of what we would be proper, appropriate behavior and manners sometimes flies out the window when you're dealing with family, right? We get a little too comfortable.
Well, yeah, you think, oh, it's just my brother. You know what I mean? Like, what is it? But you still, I mean, again.
But it's the girlfriend. That's it. They're not married. It's her house. They should have that decorum. They should have that respect. It's one dinner. I agree. The chat is like saying, God, what is with this woman? It's like, it's one dinner. It's one dinner, right?
Well, yeah, because it's like, I mean, listen, as someone who is new to hosting meals, because I had my parents all the time, they would do the family meals. It's a newer thing for me over the last 5 years or so. I'm not a natural Betty Crocker, okay? I'm just not. It's stressful, you know what I mean? And yeah, if I set a rule, I would expect anybody who's there to just be like, okay, you know, because I mean, again, I had to clean my whole house. I had to cook the dinner. Maybe you brought a dish to pass, but I've got to clean up when you leave. I've got to sit here until you decide to leave, right? Because there's always one clinger that stays a little too long. Like, there's so many things where it's like, I don't know. For me, it's just like, it's just a phone.
It's like, how long is dinner? Is it like, wait, listen, with family and all, what are we talking? Maybe 2 hours, 3 hours tops out of your whole holiday season, out of the whole day. And you can't actually talk to the people that are around you instead of being on the phone. Now, I'm as addicted to the internet as everybody else. Y'all see me out here. Obviously, I have a problem, okay? I'm on YouTube. You all are in my DMs or talking to me on I would have my phone. Okay. I do agree. Like, just put it away for that. But if I have somebody over for dinner, I assure you, I'm not answering your DM while I'm eating my roast beef. Exactly. No, or talking to my brother, or dealing with my sister, or the grandkids over and having a good time. I assure you that you are somewhere else. Like, you're not with me. I don't care. You got spies on my phone, whatever. It's tucked away in a drawer somewhere. Like, you can't find it. I'm gone because you need those personal relations around here. And like you said, the pandemic. Who the hell wants to be with their phone instead of the people around you when you've been deprived from them for what, 24 months now?
Yeah.
I mean, I just went through a little bit of quiet where there wasn't anybody around for a little while. And I tell you, the bear almost died. The bear almost shriveled up and died because I cannot not have interaction like that. You know what I mean? Like, it bothered me. The quiet was too loud. Does that make any sense? The silence was deafening. That saying really resonates with me now. It was horrendous. I want to never go through that again, ever.
And see, like, when my kids were younger, like when they first got their cell phones, any meal that we went over to my parents' house that was a holiday meal, they knew, leave the phone in the car. After we eat dinner and it's relaxed and it's chill, you can run out to the car and get your little cell phone. But your little 14-year-old friends ain't got no business talking to you on Thanksgiving. You're with your grandparents. They're your grandparents. You aren't promised the next holiday, the next get together. Like, and they want 100% of you, not 10% of you.
Exactly. It's like they're going out of their way to offer space for you, to open up their home for you, to make an effort to be with you. You should give them the decency of being with them. Now, there are, like, I'm not saying don't have your phone at all, because we have children in our family that have issues, okay? And if one of them's not with us or whatever, you can have your phone for emergency, but you're not checking messages and, like, looking at your emails, your work emails. Come on, that's very disrespectful. It makes me wonder what kind of relationships you have with your family and everyone in general. And I'm glad your husband agrees with you, but he's obviously just as big a pedant as you are. So I hope you're happy to hear.
And knowing family dynamics, I almost question if the original poster, like, is it because it was the girlfriend's rule? Had it been the brother's idea, would you have been okay with it? Or do you just have, you know what I mean, some salty feelings towards the girlfriend lying underneath, and you just wanted a reason to be like, what is the rule?
Salty is the word right there, because that's what I'm thinking. And yes, I'm going to get a little petty here, because what's going through my mind, and I'm going to be really, really honest with you, while I was reading that, okay, it must be end of year, and it must have all built up with me over the whole year, not being able to say anything. But this woman, when she's talking in these AIT, and I'm reading it, I'm going, oh, did she have better hair than you? Did you not like her shoes? Or she got to put it, like, what the heck is your problem, woman? You are acting so petty, jealous here. What is it? Like, what is going on? They got a better house. What, she cooks better than you? What is it? Because
and it's probably nothing in particular, right? It's like, oh, I just don't like my brother's girlfriend. That happens all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
no, you know what? I love every single one. I love every single one of my brother's girlfriends, because my brother, if they could put up with my brother, they're saints, freaking saints, these women. I could find something to love about every single one of them, honestly, because you know your brothers pretty well. You grow up in the house, and you see, they don't hide anything. At least my brothers, they don't hide anything from me, which I wish they would sometimes, but
you're like, I know all your kids.
I wish it, but I was like, the one they went to, the one they talked to all about. I don't need to know this stuff, but their women are pretty much saints, and they know the jerks that they can be, and they still love them anyway. So I got to give them a lot of credit.
Right. Hey, there's your award for that, for sure.
It is like Mrs. Cassandra says, you have to respect the house rules. And Miranda does bring up the good point that, you do have to keep your phone on emergency. And that's not what we're talking about. Yes, make a special ringtone if you're waiting for something, or someone's ill, or you have to stay in contact with an ill family member or somebody that's going to need you, like, for those 3 hours. I get that. But that's not what we're talking about here. Like, she really wants her phone. She wants to check her emails and just ignore everybody or do whatever. It's like a little bit.
Well, yeah. And like I said, question, how many emails need to really be answered on Thanksgiving?
Well, that just goes to the type,
like on that Thursday, what important emails are you getting? It's probably just spam and like social media notifications. Your boss isn't emailing you on Thursday.
Exactly. And you know what? And I don't want to put down people that work that hard, because I am one of those people. Like, I am classic type A personality. I get it. I get the work ethic. I get putting everything you have into something and wanting it to go well. I understand that. But I also, being a little bit older, I'm not 20. I'm not even 30. But when you get to a certain point, you realize that those moments you take for yourself, those moments that you take to actually honor the space that you're in and the people around you, they're much more valuable than anything you want to accomplish. Because when it comes down to everything that you are successful for and everything that you accomplish, when it comes to the end, they're not the things you're going to be thinking about.
Exactly.
It never happens. It never happens that way. It never happens that way.
Yeah. And you'll be thinking
of Right. You'll be thinking about those missed opportunities, the conversations you didn't have, the person's hands you didn't hold, the ones you didn't have dinner with because you were on the phone answering your goddamn work emails on your day off after you admitted you don't have to go in for 2 days. But,
because the only thing you have when people, you know what I mean, when your family members pass on, all you have is memories. If you're on your phone, what memories you got in your memory bank of that person? None. Then you're living with regrets. You know, you should really should like, I don't know. And that's, I guess, for me, I think that probably I'm a little biased on it because it's just, even when I go to my parents, if it's a big holiday, my phone just stays in my purse. Everybody that I would have to react to an emergency for is there. My parents are there, my kids are there, my husband's there. Everyone's there.
And isn't that how you want to be remembered? As their grandmother, their mother, their friend, their sister, their brother, their whatever. Don't you want to be remembered as the person that knew they were there, that paid attention to them, that bonded with them, that connect? To me, connection is connection is the thing on this planet.
A funny story, a funny joke, a funny moment. If you're in your phone, you're not fully taking that funny moment or that special, you know, I mean, stuff happens so quickly, you know, especially when there's little ones around. A kid will say something just random, you know, I mean, and if you're not paying attention, you miss that moment. You miss the joy that everybody has giggling or the sweetness of it. Yeah, I definitely 100%. The original, especially because she was like, everyone agrees with me. Everyone agrees with me. Everybody agreed with me. And I was like, well, then I guess you're all assholes.
She definitely has a need for everybody to agree with her. Yeah. But I want to poll that family because like, I'm going to do like the pedant, not even asshole. Like, I'm going to be like, you idiot. Like you think you know when you don't know. You do not know. Like you're making such a fool of yourself right here. But yeah, I think
selfish.
Yeah, right. Very, very much so. Too much to even just like I'm going to pull the thing up and just read it once because just for everybody who might be new, I see a couple of new names, and for you, Kelly, also, just so that the options are there. We vote number 1 if the writer of the original post, which would be the person who is severely attached to their phone in this case, if they are the arsehole, you vote number 1. If the other people involved in the story are the asshole, you vote number 2. If everyone involved in the story is an asshole, op writer and the other players, you vote number 3. Number 4 would be yay duck porn because, you know, who doesn't like duck porn? And 5 is that beer fund that got started for boys and boobies because they want me to go to a strip club, Kelly. And I have to explain this to all my guests every time. But apparently they found out on Mayhem I'd never been to a strip club and it's a thing.
I mean, we're in the same boat because
well, join my caravan, girl. It's going to be a whole string of limos at this point. There's a whole thing. There's going to be a whole thing if it happens. I'll tell you.
They're paying for it. Let's go.
There it is. I will put you on the list, Kelly. Consider yourself invited. Number 6 is everyone everywhere is an arsehole. And although this is true all the time, sometimes it's more true than not, you know. Number 8 is Chris, our mate, is always the asshole. And he's a glorious asshole. He is the epitome sometimes. He's very good at it and he enjoys it, and that's why he's always going to be number 8. He really is. Like when you say number 8, you're really saying number 1 as far as you really are. But anyway, number 9 is Rev because, you know, he's a drop bear maven in my Discord and he's torturing me, and he insisted I put that number up there just to keep the drop bears down to 20 a day. So he's got a number and he's in competition with Chris and he's trying hard. Number 11 is Bear needs laser beam because, you know, lasers and Matthew, almost the doctor. They're like kismet, you know, just a thing. Number 42, Jay is a coffee hating asshole. Now, I love Jay. Jay and I get along great, but it's true. He is a coffee hating asshole. It's really hard to deal with. Sometimes we have to vote 42 just to get it out there. 69 is a channel rule. This is not just for asshole people. Like, don't make me crazy. If you bother to put 69 in that chat, like some of you do all over, make sure you put a phone number. It doesn't have to be yours, but it better be a phone number because anything else you're a tease, and that's just not right. And we don't play like that here. You just got to go. Follow through is everything. Just saying. Okay. So on that, let me say 42. Thank you, Mrs. Cassandra.
I don't even know Jay, but I'm going to
go to 42. It's the thing is Jay does not know the wrath he brings by saying, he literally says he hates coffee on the regular. I'm like, you don't know what you're doing. My chat's going to kill you.
This is terrible. In a community of coffee drinkers, that is very brave.
Yeah. And in my Discord is full of coffee drinkers. There are some tea drinkers. I have nothing against tea drinkers. I drink tea too, but don't hate on the coffee. Like it's like it's almost as bad as that other issue that I won't bring up, but we will do a New Year's poll on. Just saying, it's almost as bad as that issue, but still, it shouldn't separate all of us kind people that want to hang out together. It's just
right. You don't have to like coffee to be my friend. Just don't talk about it.
Oh gosh, here's my phone number.
Yeah, I would be the asshole if I didn't have coffee. Like,
yeah,
all the time. You'd have a whole new number.
I had to. Oh my God, they're putting the funniest phone numbers in here.
I was gonna say, I was like, these don't look like any phone numbers. The one I was like,
mine is like, I am not home. That's my phone number.
Yeah, you're getting the answering machine.
Yeah, just right. So I'm not home right now. I'm busy.
Yeah,
busy, but there it is. But it looks like everybody agrees. Does anybody think that number one is not the asshole in this? I mean, I'll hear you out. This is like we want everybody to have a voice here, but I don't see anybody saying that number one is not the asshole. Pickle, you think the family is the asshole? Wait, let's see. Two.
Pickle's like, my phone is my phone. You don't touch it.
Okay. You know what? I understand what you're saying. You didn't want it in the basket, but could you tell me? Would you at least not be on it during dinner for her? Like if you had to keep it on your body, I get that. Some people, I get that. Like I wouldn't put it in a basket, but could you like be not with it in your face during dinner? That's what I want. And you don't have to answer if that makes you uncomfortable. I'm just curious because Bear, she's sticking with it. She's like, no, don't force me to social. Okay.
Even with family, I get that.
You know what? If that's you, girl, that's fine with us. You just do it. You just own it. There you go. That's it. Okay. Bella Marie. Wait, this is a good one too. Let's see. But I'm looking. Oh, do you ever have trouble with StreamYard's comments?
Yes.
Okay. Bella Marie says, in my family, we aren't allowed to have any phones on use during any family get-togethers. The phones need to be put on silent, and if they need to answer their phone, then they need to walk away or out. Yes, that's true. That's how my mom was. My nan would have boxed my ears. My ears would have been so red if she saw a phone in my hand while I was.
Yeah.
But,
I agree. Yeah, my parents would have been like, even like I said, even as a grown adult, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get the look. It's similar to like if one of my boys goes over to their house wearing a hat and they forget to take their hat off at the table. That is a rule of his. They know they're going to get a look. You know what I mean? Like, it's your own fault if you still got your hat on and Grandpa gave you the look.
Now, my nan wasn't really too much of a stickler about too many rules and things like that. She was a lot of fun. She cursed. She drank. She taught me the rules of life with great humor. She was a wonderful woman. But if you had a hat on, she would walk by you, box your ear. Now, that's like an Irish thing. Box your ear is when you take that hand and you kind of hit it like right behind the ear and then go up with the slap. It's painful. And she would catch that hat and it would go flying. Like you would get your ear boxed for sure. Davros says that his phone needs to socially distance from other phones.
He doesn't want it in the basket.
You gotta love Dov. You just
gotta keep your phone safe. It can't.
You gotta keep
the shot. So
I'm not even gonna go there.
Wear a mask. It's gotta. I mean, I was convinced that the original was the asshole, but I mean, he's making me think another way now.
I know. They're kind of. You know what? I'm thinking that maybe it was the way it was presented because if. Pickle's a reasonable person, and so is Dov. Like they have a lot of intelligence and a lot of common sense. And if they're saying they're being too pushy about it, maybe it was the delivery. Maybe this is a 3 instead of a 1 or a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
And not that I'm backpedaling, because I still do think you need to pay attention to the people in your life that are right in front of your face, because this is a benefit to you, not necessarily to them. I'm not saying, like you have, but, even if you have like socially, it's difficult to social. We are talking about your family here, and we are talking about the people you're going to be spending, holidays and whatever, and that you're going to regret perhaps the most when they're no longer there. So you got to, even when uncomfortable, in some way, it's a benefit for you to somehow try to find a way to navigate that relationship, because it's going to be problematic for you somewhere down the line anyway. So, you could use it to try to work your way through it. Stacy says, everyone in my family knows I'll give your kids candy, Play-Doh, and temp tattoos. If they try to force me to socialize, I'll stock up at the dollar store just for that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, remind me not to invite Stacy over for dinner.
Oh, I would love to have Stacy. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I would have started a GoFundMe just to have Stacy over for dinner.
Listen, candy and tattoos, I'm okay with. That damn Play-Doh, no, you can keep it.
Yeah, but she does sound like if she's doing it for the right reason, though. That's why I want to hang with Stacy.
Well, and if you, what I mean, if you were a kid, like 100%, you're like, oh, is Aunt Stacy coming? Come on, please tell me Aunt Stacy's coming. I can't wait to put this tattoo on my forehead.
Pickle said, girlfriends are temporary, wives are semi-forever. Yeah, it's true. It's a whole new it is different.
Yeah, Pickle does have a point. A girlfriend.
She does. Yeah, it is a girlfriend. But it is their house too. So like, you have to, there's a fine line. What I think, like all these AITs, if you agree here, Kelly, like it's all about communication and compromise. Like this didn't have to get this bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they could have talked. She could have kept her phone with her, just didn't have it at the table. Maybe went on the porch or checked her emails or whatever. Maybe the girlfriend was being a little too stringent with the basket thing. I could see that. But it's all about communication and compromise. Like they could have worked this out.
Yeah, and I agree. If they really wanted to, there could have been a civil way about it instead of just everybody being
exactly. And that's almost, I'd say 99% of these, that's the case, because it's just people not talking to each other and just not bothering to get it up. This one's good. You ready for another one? Man, who's this here? Okay, let me just change the screen. Look at that, I got it to work right. Hi, Josh. Josh is antisocial and it's all good. I don't see my family often. Okay, but when you do you bring your phone? This is the question. When you do you stay on your phone the whole time? Now, I know you have your phone with you, and that's cool. But I'm saying, like, we're talking about phone in the face, doing stuff instead of sitting there eating dinner with the people across the table for you. You know what I mean? That's when it becomes a problem for me. But, yeah. They don't want to everybody's does not want to put their phone in the basket, Kelly. Are you reading the chat? They're like, damn, don't take my phone. And I hear you. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being personally present with the person standing right in front of you.
And I do. So, I think
I'm not taking your phones. I'm not taking your phones, people.
I would feel off, I think, if someone said, put it here. You know what I mean? Because like I am an adult. And if you say, hey, once we're at the table, please don't bring your phone out. Like, I'm an adult. You don't have to take my phone like a child, right? I can put it on silent and keep that it in my might be it. Toss it in my purse.
Maybe she's offended because she thinks this young twerp is like telling her what to do, and she's the older, more respectable sister. I think there's
some definite like in-law family dynamics at work for sure.
Yeah. I think I might feel that way if one of my brother's girlfriends or wives tried to up it at me, being the older sister, and try to tell me what's what. I think I might feel a little.
Yeah, I'd be like, I can turn it on silent.
Me and my phone will be over here. It'll be off, but it'll be over here. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Cause I can respect the rule of like not being on it, but do you need to physically take it like you're my science teacher? I don't know.
Yeah. Like, no, girl, no, it's not happening.
Yeah. So
no, I get that part. I do get that, people. We're not coming for your phones. Technically, we're not taking them away.
Hold on to them tight, you guys. We're going to reach right through this computer screen and we're going to snatch them up. No one's going to have any phones, and we won't see any of you on chats anymore.
Oh, gee, thank you, Kelly. I can't wait to see my DMs this weekend. That's going to be great. It's like, did you hear what that bear did?
It's all in good fun. I won't take Pickle's phone.
No. Oh, no, not going to do that. Am I the asshole? Okay, we're going. All right, so on that, we all agree that you can keep your phones and just try to be more present. And you should be respectful of other people's house rules, and definitely have a conversation. and a compromise. I think we could all of us agree on that. At least that's what I'm going with right into the next one. It's like, am I the asshole for walking out on a date a friend set up for me? This one was, oh God, this one has a phone in it. Oh no. I know not what I do. First off, English is my first language, but I don't give a crap about good grammar. Already, I hate them. I'm posting something on social media, not writing the Declaration of Independence. Well, I kind of like you more now. Now that this is out of the way, here's my story. It started in the before times, like before COVID, when a friend calls me up and asks me for a favor. She asked me to cheer up a friend of hers and take her out on a date. Well, having nothing to lose, I agree. So she tells me the time and the date and the location and a little about the friend. I get to the restaurant first and wait. Ordered a water to get me started and started doing things, phone things, playing games, answering texts, browsing social media, etc., like we do. She walks in half hour late, stating car trouble. I greet her and sit. Yes, she was an 8 or a 9. But I don't remember her looks, which will become apparent later on why, while I'm talking. Okay, that's ominous. Halfway through, she gets a text and keeps texting till the main course has been ordered. To get her attention, I would say random things like, and I once shoved a banana inside myself, or I once dated Lilo. Well, some got little to no response, and others then a, yeah, that's crazy, or a, Finally, the waiter comes to take our orders. I place my order and wait for hers. I then tell her I'm going to shut off my phone to pay better attention to her. Well, upon seeing this and putting my phone in my pocket, she goes ballistic, cursing and screaming at me, saying we haven't even finished the first date and I was already cheating on her, eventually stopping after about 10 minutes or so. So I get up and I turn my phone back on, get my food boxed, which had already calmed at that point, look her in the eye and say, here's the catch, pay for my food, only and leave. Once I get home, I get a knock at my door, only to have our friend yelling at me for ditching her friend at the restaurant. I reply when she finished, I don't date Karens. I then shut the door and I eat my dinner. So fine people have read it. 2 questions. Am I the asshole? More importantly, what the hell did I do to set my date off after being ignored for most of the time? Was I being trolled or something? I do think so, dude, because that sounds wild. I really do.
Her yelling at him and
you're cheating on me.
Yeah, and you're cheating on me. Like, I don't think you should ditch her in the restaurant. But like, I get it if you don't want a second date.
No, I'll have to disagree with you there. I'm all on the dude. If it is a dude, I'm all on your side here. When they get like that, yeah, because you don't want them coming back. Ditch her. Pay for your food. Leave her on her own. You don't want that crazy shit coming back for you. Don't be nice. Leave. Well,
yeah, because
it.
Screaming in the middle of a restaurant. I mean,
no. Yeah, he did the right thing.
If she didn't react when he said, and I shoved a banana inside myself, he didn't say I shoved it in my mouth.
You know what?
He said I shoved it inside myself. I'd be like, wait, excuse me, what? Wait, hold on. What did you say?
I'm reading this story. Like, I picked this a week ago and I put it up. And I swear to God, I had 2 people in mind when I saw it. I swear to God, I have a person that I talk to that I could swear that this would have happened to them because it sounds just like them, the way they write and the way they talk. And I could just like the snark is there. And I'm like, God damn it. I could just imagine they would do this. And then I'm thinking,
like, do I know this person?
No. And then I'm like, and this happened to me. Like, I've been in this situation where I was just like, holy crap, like this dude is like freaking crazy. And I'll admit it, Bear went to the bathroom and did not come back.
Yeah, I mean, but the yelling and freaking out when he said, because he was saying it to be nice. He wasn't doing it as a dig at her. He was saying, I'm going to put my phone away. her own guilty conscience. You know what I mean? I think that's why she screamed at him. She
spent like 2/3 of the time they're together on her phone, paying absolutely no attention to them at all. You know,
well, yeah, and was so she investigating him? How did she come to the conclusion he was cheating? Or like, I mean, were you on a
well, here's where the Karen bunny boiler thing comes in. Like, if she's saying that on the first date, can you imagine? Like, dude, don't even try to put your arm around her. Don't hold her hand. Don't you dare kiss her. And God help you if you did anything else. You are never getting rid of that. And it's like, I'm sorry, that's like a clear sign.
Back away. Like, red flag.
Red flags, like red. Are you kidding? It was like red wallpaper, not even a flag. Like the whole damn. Like, I don't even know.
The whole restaurant is red.
the whole red. It's like Chinese New Year all over the place. It's like, oh God. I don't know. That was bad. I was just kept thinking, run, dude, run, don't walk. And then the other friend, you know, and then she calls her friend in bitches because she got left there because she had to pay for her own food. First of all, women, it is 2022. I know we do dates, okay, but if you really shouldn't have expectations that it's not going to be Dutch unless it's clearly, explicitly told to you ahead of time. Exactly. When you are just meeting, especially when you're going on blind dates and set up dates, that is just, you know, and I'm older. I'm not 20. So like, I'm telling you, like, even now, I wouldn't assume that. Okay. Because it's just not cool.
Well, you don't
right now.
Like you said, it's a blind date. You don't really know the person at all. So the expectation that they're going to pay for everything, no. Go in thinking if they do great, but go in with the expectation you're paying for your own food.
Yeah, because anything could happen. Because I may want to pay for my own food. I may not want to be obligated by that date. You know, I may want to be setting a boundary right then and there that this is how that date went. I'm paying for everything on my own. It's my free will to be here, and I'm leaving right now. You know,
and maybe that lady's Karen-ness might be why her friend had to ask another friend to do her a favor. Like, maybe her needing cheering up is her own fault. You know,
because, like, first of all, it's not like he ditched her. Yes, he left her there alone, but she wasn't paying attention to him anyway. Like, what is he, a seat warmer? She could get a teddy bear and sit in the seat if she didn't want to eat dinner with a person.
Exactly.
Right.
Set up a tea party.
She's not like he abandoned her or anything. She drove herself there. Yeah. Like, you know, it's not like he just left her there.
Well, yeah, whatever. He didn't pick her up either. Good point.
She walked in a half hour late.
Yeah.
And then didn't bother to stay off her phone. Like, come on, that's total disrespect. So his good humor, I think I would want to date that person. Actually, they were pretty fucking funny about the whole damn thing. And that's important to me. They really saw the humor in it. And you know, that's the kind of person I want to be around.
Friend, I don't date Karens.
Sorry. You know, you left the most important part out of the description. She's a fucking Karen.
Right, exactly. Had you told me she was a Karen, I wouldn't have even agreed to do this darn favor.
Exactly. I mean, definitely got brownie points with me for there. Like 2 points, whoever you are. Yes, but that was a good one. I don't know. So let's vote, people. So the operator, the dude who left the date, who didn't pay any attention to him. If you think he's an asshole for doing that, or if you'd like to expand on what the hell he did wrong to deserve such things, because he does want to know how it's wrong.
Like, well, how did I
what he did? You know, like he, in my opinion, he did everything right. I mean, he shouldn't have to put up with that.
He definitely tried.
He tried.
He was trying to be patient and
and Karen, you know, because that's all I can call her now because it's stuck in my head. Karen kind of missed out because he sounds pretty intelligent and funny, and you know, they're few and far between sometimes. You know, they're usually too macho, this, that, and the other thing. He was pretty, you know, basically laid back, funny, and intelligent. She's missing out. I think she might be a little crazy.
Because I mean, he said, you know, that she was an 8 or a 9. Like, she's got to understand, you got to have more than just your 8 or 9 in the looks department going for you. You know,
he almost lost me there, but the way he put it in parentheses and then used it to say, well, I couldn't even remember what she looked like after this. I think he put that there, that wasn't as important as he was trying to make, or I'm giving him grace because I think he's funny, which could be happening too, you know. But I wasn't gonna call him out on the massive,
Yeah, I mean, but she might be one of those people who knows she's an 8 or a 9, right? And she's thinking, this person should just be blessed to have me sitting across from them. Like, no, they get off your phone. Especially, I mean, it's a date. It's not like you were with friends. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, but giving blind dates a bad name, Karen. Like really,
yeah, for sure.
Really,
don't date Karen. Hashtag.
Don't date Karen. Don't date Karen. Definitely don't date Karen. I think number 2 is the asshole for sure on this one, and of course 8 and 42 and everybody else, and 69. And now I'm really excited about going to the strip club because Kelly's coming too. So let's put that 5 over there.
Closest I've been to a strip club is watching Magic Mike. So I gotta.
Well, that was entertaining.
In store for me. I mean,
that was an entertaining movie. Yes,
it was.
It
was fantastic. Listen,
it was
like, what? Everyone was all like, "Oh, Channing Tatum," and I was like,
"No."
And I'm gonna really sound weird here, but right, Kevin Nash was in it, and then back in the day, I was a huge wrestling fan, and he was my man.
All right,
I was like, what?
All right,
confession. Kevin Nash, like, thank you.
Well, when it comes to that kind of stuff, I have to say I'm a thigh girl. Like the movie 300 did more for me than any strip club is ever going to do. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it's just something about muscular thighs. I don't know.
Yes. See, and I'm in arms, like the biceps, like. But yeah,
we are definitely.
They said Channing Tatum, right? He was in what's his name, McConaughey, kind of, was what most of the ladies were like. Oh yeah, but I was like, oh, that's Kevin Nash back there. Why is he way in the back? Like, hello?
Like, bring those thighs and arms up here.
Come on. He's huge. I mean, I don't know how tall he is, but that dude is like huge. I mean, he's not just like 6 foot. He is just a really big guy. And I like it.
No. Hey, we like what we like. Yes. Oh, yes, Hawkscope. That's a very valid point there. Let's talk about that friend before we go on to the next one. Yo, friend, you were not being very friendly to your mate there, sending him a Karen like that, because Hawkscope says 2, 5, and 8. And the mutual friend who went to the house to shout at him, like, why? Truth.
Yeah, because
Jay says that Kevin Nash is 6'10".
That's what
6. Wow.
He's ginormous. I am 5'1". 6'10".
It looks like,
sir, you are 2 feet taller than me. And listen, I don't have claws, but I can climb. Okay.
We're on the wrong show, Kelly.
I'm little, but I can climb.
Yeah, Kelly, you take a nap and show up to opening Mayhem in January. This is a conversation we need to have, girl.
That is tall. That is a big man.
Look, don't overheat the bear when I gotta talk, girl.
You see what Mrs. Cassandra said?
Yeah, she did. She said, "Oh no, he better be paying or no." Well, that's an agreement you make ahead of time. That's what I'm talking about. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah,
but that is an agreement you make ahead of time. I'm just saying for this dating and blind date stuff, the conversations need to have, because it's 20. Can I start saying 2022, or is it bad luck to say?
I don't know. It's
I'm not that woke, so I don't care. It's like 22 people. You need to have the conversations. You can't make assumptions. You know what they say about assume.
But I was talking about Mrs. Cassandra's comment that said, "Note to self: keep husband away from the bear."
Does he? You're really telling on him without telling on him there, aren't you?
Now we know.
Now I'm curious. All right, pics in the Discord, Mrs. Cassandra. Pics in the Discord.
We want to see thighs. We want to see thighs.
No, I don't want to see anybody else's personal thighs. Like, no.
Right. Just movie 300.
Yes, the movie 300 was, that was all oiled and all right. It's time for another one. We got to go. That's it. Yeah. Next. Oh no. I can't believe I did this one to you. Wait, I'm going to go to it. No, I'm not going to pick that one. I'm going to save that one for. All right, we're gonna have to do it because you deserve. You know what? You're a good sport. You'll like this one.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
I know.
I don't know what I'm up for, but I'm up for it.
When you see what it is, you'll understand why I hesitated just slightly, because I know where the conversation is going to go now. It's like, and just so you know, I know what's going to happen to this stream. I take full responsibility. Kelly is the innocent party here, and so is the chat. Just so you know, you two, come for me. Yeah, come for me and nobody else. Okay, here we go. All right, so am I the asshole for not wanting my girlfriend to get a dildo? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, Kelly, but okay, here we go. Basically, as the title says, me and my girlfriend spent the majority of the years together. However, over Christmas and over the summer, we see each other rarely and instead live on complete opposite sides of the country. As you can imagine, just like any other girl, my girlfriend has needs. And in order to fill these needs, she feels like she needs a dildo, and it would be helpful, which she has every right to. The thing is, I am absolutely in no way comfortable with this, to the point that the conversation itself made me feel physically ill and anxious to a point I have never experienced in my entire life. I have no issues with my girlfriend using any other toys to help herself in whatever way she needs, but for me, the concept of her using a dildo makes me incredibly uncomfortable. I have accepted that this is just a major insecurity of mine, and we're very good at communicating about these things. So she claims to understand where I'm coming from, but everything just seems a bit passive aggressive and like she's annoyed with me, which I suppose she has every right to be. We have had a conversation before, and she wouldn't be happy with me using a flashlight. However, as a man, it's obviously much easier for me to pleasure myself than it is for her. So that would be more of a luxury than a necessity. I just want to know if I need to bite the bullet and accept that this is what she wants, and I'm just going to have to come to terms with it eventually. Or am I completely within my rights to stand my ground on this? Ultimately, the decision is up to her, but she says she won't do anything I'm not comfortable with, but I can tell she's disappointed.
Oh, wow. There's a lot.
I know there's a lot. You know, it sounds so simple, right? But when I'm looking at it, it is very complicated. Like, this could take a whole nother hour, and not in a like joking around kind of way. I'm serious. Like this.
Right.
There's stuff here. This might be a whole nother episode, I'm telling you, because
like at first I think like some of the people in chat, at first I was like, yes, reading along, it sounds like he's communicating to her. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, he has to, I had to laugh at Mrs. Cassandra's comment there, afraid it'll stretch it. Sir.
You know what? But Mrs. Cassandra is spot on I'll admit to having this conversation with several gentlemen, not that I'm personally in relationships with, but just because I'm the bear, I'm a curious bear. And whenever I talk about things on Mayhem, I do talk to many, many other people about it. I want to be educated on these things. So when I was researching dildos, I talked to a lot of people about dildos, okay? I'm not going to do a dildo show without all the facts. And one of the concerns that men have was if you go for one of those big, gigantic, goddamn things, right? Like, and then you get all stretched out or this or that becomes the thing you like the most. How the hell am I ever going to be good enough again? Or what, you're making it difficult for me. It's not going to be the same. And I get that. I understand that part. So you got to be a little careful, right? Like,
yeah, my feeling on that is a whole entire human, okay? A whole entire human, okay? Mm-hmm. Average 7 pounds, right? Is coming out of that. For some women, like if you can have the baby vaginally, a whole baby comes out of there. It doesn't stay like it's not still that big.
Exactly. Like gentlemen, let us assure you it does go back.
Yeah. Otherwise I couldn't leave the house.
There are things like, just like we all just fall out.
Yeah. What hello?
No, but it is a concern though about the how do I put this? The fit. I'm not talking the stretching, Kelly. I'm talking about, the kinds we're talking about. Have you seen these things?
Oh, yeah. And kind of and that's your lane. Like you didn't know it was your lane until you tried.
So that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, don't make another lane that I can't drive on. That's what the man is saying. He's saying, don't put our car in another lane that I can't get to. That's all he's saying, is that you're opening up to whatever. It's not supposed to be about that. They're supposed to be about them being able to still have relations while they're separate, because there's all those devices that you can actually control the other person's device and whatever back and forth. And it's to continue a healthy relationship or expand with curiosity some of your relationship while you're apart. And I understand that. And Hawk Skull has a big point, because this is what I would tell him to do. You want to get over it, make it yours, because they have kits that do that. If you want to get over the fact that she's using it, make it yours. They will build one just like you. It will be you. She could call it you Junior for, and just only use it for vacation. But the thing is to communicate, which I'm so happy they are. They're communicating about it, Kelly. I was like busting a gut that they were actually talking about it. Yeah. But
I'm kind of with Pickle. At the end of the day, her body, her choice. Like,
true. And he said that.
He said it makes him physically ill. Maybe it's because I'm not a man. I don't understand that, because I could see if it was like she wants to hook up with a man. Okay, I could see that makes you physically ill. But a silicone, you know what I mean? Like it's literally just a silicone, you know what I mean? Wand.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not.
No. And I get that, but I think it's not, there's such an intimacy with sex in general, and it does mean when you're in a committed relationship, it takes it to a whole nother way, and it means something else. I mean,
and it's definitely they need to come to a compromise. Like maybe
they are,
maybe it's not maybe not a whole dildo, right? Maybe just a vibrator. Maybe.
I think Hawk Skull had the perfect solution, because I really think his issue, he admits to some insecurity, and I think that's about the type of toy and what may occur, as far as what if it's something she's more into afterwards. I mean, I can understand those concerns or whatever, and or reaches different whatever. It does a little twist that she just becomes very fond of. Who knows? But when Hawk Skull says make it they do have kits, you make it yourself. And then it would be just like as if it's him, and maybe he'll feel more bonded to the experience. And also give him the controls, woman. Like give him the code.
And that would be a good compromise. It's still a dildo, but it's yours.
And here's the other thing. Agree to only use it when he's driving. There you go. Because if you give him back participation and some control over the situation, I doubt he'll feel as insecure, and he will feel more, and you guys will both get the benefit of feeling like you're more together at the time.
Or save it till you have that phone call. As someone whose husband travels a lot, you know what I mean? I get it. Like
I recommend that. Like no silence
when he calls.
At least
that's when you use it.
Yeah, at least get on the phone so you hear each other's voices. Ain't nothing more intimate than that. Maybe, at least do that. Yeah, at least do that.
Maybe once he tries it, you know what I mean? Try it. Listen, he's thinking he'll be insecure, but you might be on the other end of the phone, and you might realize, wow, you know what I mean? Look at her go. Like
you guys are you
don't know
good
that
about
might
this
do something for you. You know what I mean? Hearing her, like it might. You don't know until you try it.
Right. Suckett says, he's still an asshole because he doesn't want to have it. I agree. But he did say it's her body, and he's going to go with whatever she says. And at least they're talking about it. Mrs. Cassandra says she was considerate talking to him first. Yes, and I do believe she probably already has one. And Pickle says, yup, I bet she already got one somewhere, and he just doesn't know. And that could be true. And Hawks go, yes, the teledildonics or whatever, the ones that can be remote controlled. It is a thing, just like a cuff, and she could send him a cuff. Yes, they exist, and they can be electronically controlled by her as far as, the pressure, the massaging, like the whole thing. You make it a whole thing. But the fact that if you do it together, it'll become much less uncomfortable for both parties.
I agree. Yeah, exactly. And maybe do it together when you're physically together. Like try it when you're physically there with her. And get comfortable with it. And then when you're gone on the phone,
that's a brilliant idea, because now you've added the visual that he and she can take away with them on how much the other party actually liked it, because you're going to see their face. You're going to see the, you're going to see the reaction. You're going to be doing it together. You can work out a plan, but it sounds like they're actually working together. They just need to expand on the conversation. They need to start investigating the toys together.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's like, I mean, we're like back in the day, I think your options were very limited. Yeah. Listen, there's a million options in 2022. Like anything you could think of as far as a toy, man, it's out there. Like you can find anything. And like Mrs. Cassandra said, at least she isn't cheating.
Yes, she's not cheating. And you know what? I give him credit. They're talking about it. I do understand the issue here. Her body, her toy. Yeah, she probably has one. And she probably, it's her body. She could do whatever the hell she wants. And I agree. I'm 100% behind that. But I also have the point that you're in a committed relationship. And the other party does matter, especially when it comes to this issue all the time. Because if the roles were reversed, you'd be having a freaking fit if they weren't talking to you about it.
Right. And he did say that she was uncomfortable if he used a flashlight. So
and they negotiated on that.
Compromise. There's got to be. And he said, it's easier for him or whatever. I don't think ease matters. I mean, as a woman, like if you're pleasuring yourself, listen, we know ourselves way better than you guys do. Okay.
Yeah, we do.
It's not as hard for us to do it than it is for you guys.
I think that was his nods towards trying to understand. I think he put that all in there to show that he was really trying to understand. But if he's got an issue with it, he's allowed to have an issue with it. I mean, that's why they should be talking. I mean, I'm not gonna actually call him an asshole because he doesn't like the idea of anything else but him inside his girlfriend or his wife.
I'm not gonna call him an asshole either, because I think the fact that he did bring it to her, that they are having conversations and discussions about it, proves that he's not an asshole. A true asshole would just be like, no, period, end of convo. Yeah, I think, you just.
And I think just having one made, if they can afford it, is the thing to do, because he's going to feel more connected to it, or at least let him pick it out. Like go shopping together, the internet, in the privacy of your own home, make it a thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many, different sites, and it all comes discreetly, and get some stuff for him too. Make it fun. I mean, it's not just you getting the fun thing in the mail, right? Find something for him, a lotion, a cream, a lube, something. I mean, and make it a together activity. And again, try it. You might not even realize, you know what I mean, that hearing her use that while you're far away might be right up your alley.
But you
don't know until you try.
You're onto something there, because there's a whole big business of just listening to women do that on the phone, and just hearing their voice while you think that that's what they're doing.
Exactly.
And it's a whole big thing, and people pay big money for it, from what I hear.
Oh yeah, they've been doing that for years. I mean,
there goes the next rumor about. Can you hear it now, Kelly? YouTube just blew up. That's the next rumor about Bear. Bear does.
I was going to say, there's going to be all kinds of rumors going around in 2022 about us. Like, did you know that Claire and Kelly?
But damn it, Kelly, this is the first time I'm going to have good company with it. It's going to be both of us at the same time, because I'm going to be like, they can say that about both of us right out there.
Yeah. And then we're going to say, you know what? And then we went to the strip club. So
go ahead. Well, that's my motto. Go ahead. If you're going to talk, let us give you something to talk about. I might as well do exactly what I want. I might as well tell you exactly how it is. Let you somewhat get the story right, like at least if you're going to be out there talking, but but I do. I mean, I'm happy that they're talking about it. I can't really call him an asshole. I do believe she has a right to do whatever the hell she wants, but there has to be respect in the relationship, to where, especially on this issue, for me, this is one of the key issues in a relationship. If there's no respect and a safe place here, then there's not anywhere. There's got to be trust. There's got to be respect. If she really needs a different kind of dildo, and he's really that upset about it, okay, I'm not going to call her an asshole either if she just doesn't let him know. Okay.
Right.
Because needs are needs. And if you're going to be happy and he's going to be okay, but don't hurt him about it. Have the conversations,
Yeah, and be upfront. Yeah, because don't do anything behind each other's back. Don't sneak, don't lie, don't deceive, because that's gonna cause a way bigger issue. I think they're on the right path. Keep communicating. I think the only asshole in this situation is Jay.
Is Jay the coffee hater?
Yeah, he's the only asshole in the situation.
Wait a minute, did you just
Jay's the only asshole in this situation because he doesn't like coffee. And listen, coffee's going to give you a much longer time spent with, said toys.
She's gonna put coffee right there next to the need for dildos, and Jay's never gonna get over it.
Yeah.
Oh God. Poor Jay. I love you, Jay, but you just gotta hide that.
I don't even know Jay, but I'll throw him under the bus for this.
It's the coffee thing. I'm so sorry. Oh man, oh my God. Hawks goes right. When you have time like this with each other, there are so many different solutions. It's a big world out there, and even like look at all the things we had to do during the pandemic. I know people got into situations. I know myself personally where people can't fly back and forth. You're losing time. You're losing plans were canceled. Months in another place were canceled. Time I expected to spend somebody that I was looking forward to gone. Boom, like that. Can't even get in the country. Can't even leave my house, let alone leave the country. And I'm telling you, it's hard.
And I think Pickle's right. We're very lucky to live in a time, listen, in the early 90s, there was no FaceTime. We have technology now where you really can, even when you're away from people, have that FaceTime, that Skype, that Zoom, however you're choosing to do it. It can, especially if you're spending significant time apart, it's going to grow the relationship, the anticipation of when you get back. Right. And she's no longer using silicone. Now it's real. I think that they're on the right path.
Right.
But I don't think either one of them are the ass. So I think it's good that they're talking. Like I said, my first initial gut instinct was like, sir, you know what I mean? But I see where he's coming from. And I think it's good that he didn't just come to Reddit, right? He's had a conversation with her. They're talking about it.
And he explained that. Yeah.
And that can sometimes be hard for some people, right? I mean, it shouldn't be, but talking about sex and stuff, some people, depending on how they grew up or whatever, they're just uncomfortable to talk about it. The fact that they're both comfortable to say what makes them comfortable and uncomfortable is a good sign. You just got to keep communicating, and I think they'll be just fine. They're on their way to happily ever after.
To a healthy relationship, conversation, because there's going to be things like that come up. And I'm glad we got to talk about that. It wasn't as horrible as I thought. And the chat, you guys are so good. You're all right there with it. You're on the money. And it wasn't one of those, sometimes when I do these on Mayhem, it turns into my 14-year-old boy humor and it gets a little uncontrollable. But this was actually a good conversation. And it stayed in control, and I'm very pleased.
You got to keep it a little professional on AmItheAsshole.
You are good for me, Kelly. You are good for me.
I'm not a bad influence. See, you guys, I am innocent. You see?
Yeah,
I really am.
Kinda.
Today, on December 30th of 2021, I am innocent. So I don't know what tomorrow will bring. I don't know what 2022 will bring, but
all right. So for today, I'll let you be the good girl. I'll let you be the good girl, and I'll just be the bad, naughty bear. Well, that's most of the time anyway. But do you have time for one more, or do you have to go? Because I know we're just over the hour. But
I got time.
Okay, good. You guys want to stay in chat? We'll do another one here, and then we'll call it a night after that. Okay. This one bugged me. You have a mother-in-law?
I do. I had two, but now I'm down to one. So, yeah.
I had two, and I don't have any anymore, and I'm really grateful. Just saying. And now one of them wasn't bad. I have to say one of them was pretty awesome. The other one,
knock on wood. I was very lucky in the mother-in-law department.
And you all know, Bear, I tried, right? I'm a communicator. I'm a compromiser. Yeah. I tried, people. I tried. But, anyway, am I the asshole for calling out my mother-in-law for bringing her husband a separate meal when I hosted Christmas? We did Christmas at our house for the first time ever. Mother-in-law doesn't really like my cooking, and it has been a huge issue between me and her and her son. It is really just the icing on the cake of a bad relationship. Mother-in-law called me and told me that if we wanted her to come to Christmas, we had to accept her bringing her own food because she is pregnant. She already struggles with eating enough for the baby, and she isn't going to eat anything she doesn't want to, and maybe, throw up to stroke my ego. I've never been pregnant before. I really don't know what it is like, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt and told her to bring whatever she needs. Mother-in-law brought a separate meal for herself and for her husband. That annoyed me because he's not pregnant. He can suck it up and eat something he isn't crazy about. When we sat down, I made a joke about which one of them is pregnant. Mother-in-law said that she was packing her meal and he got jealous and was complaining it wasn't fair. This obviously hurt me. He tried to laugh it off and say he should get some perks too because he's about to be a dad. I looked at them and said, wow, you are both super rude. I tried to be nice because you are pregnant, but wow, maybe next year just don't come. Mother-in-law just shrugged. He rolled his eyes, but dinner was kind of tense and they left right after. My husband says I overreacted and should have just let him eat what he wanted. Am I the asshole?
This one, I mean,
I know, it's like, God, what was I thinking, Kelly? What was I thinking? These are
this
these
one,
are
I
good.
mean, I guess, for dietary needs, whether it was like allergies or something, or in this case, the mother-in-law is pregnant. That I understand. The father-in-law, who is a grown man, sir, you haven't eaten something your whole life. Like, come on. You've definitely eaten something that wasn't your favorite. I don't know. I agree with the poster that it is rude. I get the mother-in-law needing, but also at the same time, like, I would say, what is the one meal that really goes down easy? Like, what's the one thing that goes down easy for you? And I would go out of my way to have that as part of the dinner. You know what I mean? Is it mashed potatoes?
Right.
Is it
right?
What's your thing? I'm going to do my best to accommodate that. But as far as the father-in-law, come on. I mean, maybe they should host dinner next time. Maybe
it sounds like they will be actually, because it sounds like nobody's. It's just going to be them. There you go. Because it just doesn't sound like they all get along very well at all.
No.
It does kind of sound like, I agree. Like you said, mother-in-law is pregnant. I'm all for it. Like, I've had a pregnancy where my dietary issues were all like crazy. Okay. Like absolutely crazy. Yep. I couldn't gain any weight. I was like eating these weird combinations of foods to try, like, nutrition was this big issue. I wasn't holding vitamin. It was a whole big thing.
Right.
And so I would be that person that would have to bring my dinner with me because I had to eat certain things together. And like, it was a whole thing under the way that they were treating me at the time. Who knows if that's the real deal now or what, but that's how it was then. And, so I might need that. I can understand if you have an allergy or something, or you just don't like, not that you just don't like the person's food, which has clearly been stated that nobody likes her cooking. So I do think that husband of mother-in-law, which is father-in-law, right? I do believe father-in-law used this opportunity to do a little dig at the daughter-in-law and told mother-in-law, make me some too, because I don't want to eat that shit either.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I agree with that. That's rude.
I could practically hear the conversation in the kitchen that they had about daughter-in-law, because it just seems like that's what happened here. That he just decided, little dig the daughter-in-law, I'm not eating it either. If you don't have to eat it, can you imagine him in the kitchen, right? Kelly's going, well, if you don't have to eat it, I don't want to have to eat it. That's not fair. Exactly. How come you get a free pass? And so, husband's looking at her like, with the puppy eyes, like, make me some too. So she does. Okay. And she probably got a kick out of it too, because it doesn't sound like she gets along with daughter-in-law either. But damn, daughter-in-law is not exactly right in her attitude.
No, I think that, because again, it's one of those things where it's like, pick your battles, right? What hill are you going to die on? I get being a little insulted, and feeling insulted by that. But at the end of the day, you still got to cook your meal. Yeah, they're eating something different. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think the daughter-in-law could have handled it another way, but I get it. In the moment,
you're annoyed. But here's the one thing that repeatedly through these AITs, this is like my 40th or 50th or whatever, that I find myself saying, it's all in how you approach it. when all the people are out there showing you their ugly arse, like these in-laws are, you don't have to take the bait. You can actually use it to let them sit there in their ugliness and let everybody else see it. You have a way to prove it. Like, you could have just ate your meal, made your husband happy, act like nothing was wrong, and don't let them get under your skin, because that would bother them like even more. Take control of the situation, because you're kind of letting them do it to you in a way. And especially when you know they're doing it to you, because it seems like she knows they're going out of their way to do it to her. So, the only thing you can do is take control of your own self in this situation and make sure you're acting appropriately. It's hard, because they just get under your skin. I know. I know they do. Yeah.
For many years, I'd get poked and I'd say, ouch, you know what I mean? And I'd react and fight. And then I'd look at my husband like, hey, you know what I mean? You want to, and it wasn't with my mother-in-law. It was more with like sisters and brothers-in-laws. And it was like, you want to step in here? And he was like, no, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't my argument. This isn't my beef. You know what I mean? And finally I got to the point where it was like, oh, yes, just don't react. Just don't take the bait. They're underhand digs. I know they're underhand digs. Pretend I didn't hear it. That's now, guess what? Roles reversed. Now I'm poking you, because I'm just not listening.
Exactly. I think another thing, like, if you really have to go there cleverly. Like, organize it with your husband a little bit. Find out your mother-in-law's favorite dessert.
Yeah.
And she brings dinner, and her and her husband sit there and eat dinner, and you bring out their favorite dessert, and you go to serve it to yourself and your husband. And then when they say, oh, where is ours? Have husband say, if you didn't eat dinner, you get no dessert in this house. Have your husband say it to his parents, because that's a slam dunk right there. Boom.
Well, yeah, and then it doesn't put you, the daughter-in-law, in the middle. The husband can deal with his parents.
Exactly.
And like I said, I think it's a little rude of the in-laws? Yeah, but I think that the daughter-in-law could have handled it another way, and her husband as well. To say to his mom, like, hey,
I think the husband could have been more supportive to the wife, but then again, she was acting aggressive towards the mother. And here's another thing, it doesn't matter how you get along with the mother. You don't put your husband in the middle of it. Don't do that. No. That's directly going to affect your relationship. You think it's all about the mother, but it's not, because that is her child. That is his mother. You're never, ever going to understand that dynamic the way those two do. Stay the hell out of it. And don't put yourself in the middle of it. Even if it's aggressive, get your support. They should support you. I'm not saying, whatever mother-in-law does is good. Just don't make yourself the problem, because you're not going to win in that situation ever. Even when you're right, you will never win, because that's her son. That's just how it is, the way the men. I would, first of all, out of respect for my spouse, I wouldn't do it, or my boyfriend, or my partner. I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to make his relationship that he has with his family any more difficult than it needs to be. That doesn't mean I want to be disrespected. That'll never happen. That will never happen. But there is a line, okay? And I don't feel I need to beat mother-in-law up and make my partner pick sides, because that's got to be. I don't want to make it about them. Yeah.
Nobody enjoyed the dinner because of all the tension. It's. And wait till they leave, have the conversation with your husband, let them know how it made you feel. Ask him, could you communicate this to them sometime between now and the next holiday? You know what I mean? Because maybe it'll be better once the mom isn't pregnant. I mean, that's wishful thinking. I'm sure there'll be something else then. But
there'll be something else. I mean, if they're not, it's not perfect, and there's no way to act perfect in this.
No.
The suggestions I'm saying are only so it doesn't get worse for yourself. So it doesn't really affect you more deeply than it really needs to. I do think that a husband should support his wife even when his parents are there. And there's a way to do that without crossing lines, without picking sides. And that should be acceptable. And neither party should be trying to put the son or the husband in the middle of it, because it's not their
it's never going to end in the relationship. Someone's always going to get hurt and be upset. And I'm with the pickle. Invite your mother. Like, listen, if you don't like my food, guess what? Guess we're coming to your house next time.
right? And Pickle says, invite the bitch to cook for everyone next time. Yes, make them cook, right? And then just tell her how, like, you don't like that kind of food. Maybe you'll have to bring your own meal next time. Yeah. What about the bub that's on the way? Make nice so the baby arrives in a happy family. Like, it's just food, for fuck's sake. I agree with you, Belinda. Like, right, you know, don't fight with the husband, don't fight with the mother. It is just a meal. But like, they were trying to go out of their way a little bit. Both sides were going out of their way to be disrespectful to the other side to make a point. And that
like, almost like a power play, you know what I mean, between the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. And it's like, no one's gonna win the power in that battle. And I agree with Belinda, because that meal was then full of tension. Nobody enjoyed it. Right. They left right after. Even her and her husband probably were living in tension for, you know, several hours after that, because they disagreed. And there's a new baby coming, you know what I mean? Like, everybody kind of has to be, you know, it's only a few hours. You know what I mean? Just listen, sometimes with family, you just fake it till you make it. You just be civil, smile, nod. And again, pick your battles.
It's not like she's not going to ask the daughter-in-law to babysit. You're so right, Pickle. She's going to be dropping that kid. You're younger here, you know, like, I know.
And if I was the daughter-in-law, I'd say,
right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'd be like, I'm sorry. I'm so young and vibrant. There are other things I'd rather do.
And I got, you know, I mean, I can only handle certain kinds of newborns. I gotta, you know, I mean, like, I can only handle the kind of newborns that aren't a problem. And, you know, they're all, I mean, really kind of go, I mean, you can definitely get back at her.
Pickle says you got to tell her you trust me with your baby, but not the pot roast.
Good point.
Good point.
Really good point. I'm good enough to take care of your baby, but you won't eat my food.
What's Christmas if not for family fighting? That's why I avoid family gatherings. In some places, that's how it is. I get it, students. Like, sometimes, you know, sometimes that is exactly how it is. There's always something going on. I got a big family. Somebody's always fighting with somebody.
Yes, and there's nothing worse, because it even if it's between two people, now everybody, I mean, everyone's there. So now the tension spreads. Everybody's collateral damage. Everyone's sitting in that like eggshell space. Now
it got so worse. It got so worse in my family, you know, just like, not that, like, listen, I'm not dissing my family. I love every single one of them that are still here. I love the ones that aren't still here. I love them all to pieces, and I'm all in. I'm loyal as fuck. Let's just say that. But in our house, we weren't ever able to, like, at the family gatherings, talk about religion or politics. And this is good advice, because those are hot topics, right? Okay.
Yes.
But because of the pandemic, because of COVID, let's just say it, because I'm not monetized. What are they going to do? Yank my stream? Because of COVID, okay, those two topics
about dildos. So what are they going to do?
I'm telling you, I have naked avatars with nips and everything showing. They don't do a damn thing. My friend put pasties on and they took a whole stream. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. But politics and religion are now everything my family talks about with the COVID, because COVID brings both of those issues, bam, head first, right into the virus and life and death. It is just like a big mess. No, I got to tell you that half my family is not even speaking to each other at this point, because they're afraid to have conversations. It is difficult. You can't even you don't know who to get together in the same house, in the same room, in the whatever. It's going to be, I'm waiting until I can do it outside. That way there's less of a mess to clean up when the blood starts, because I'm going to get them all together and just let them duke it out in my big backyard. You're just like,
because that whole politics religion thing is like, my son, both Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I love him to death. He's 21. I wish he'd stop watching the news. It's like, dude, can you don't you have Netflix? Watch Netflix. Stop watching the news.
That's like
the news. And both Thanksgiving and Christmas, I just sat there, you know what I mean? I just paid attention to the granddaughter, because it's like, I don't want to have a converse. Like, why are we talking about Biden on Christmas? Can we talk about anything else? You know what I mean?
That's the thing. And then if you don't want to talk about it, they judge you for that too. Like, it's like, I'm not an unintelligent person. It's not that I don't know what's going on in the world, but I have exactly 2 hours with you. I haven't seen you in 6 months, and don't be talking about this stuff to me. I don't care. Send me an email. I'll write you. Call me on the phone. I'll talk to you about it. But we only have this amount of time. Could you make it pleasant? Do we have to argue about your person?
Just not talk about it. You know what I mean?
Like, no, my brother. I just walk right up to him. I say, whatever it is you decided you wanted to talk to me about it today, I'm gonna tell you right now. You're right. Okay, You see me? My face? Yeah, I'm lying right to you. You're right. Whatever it was going to you say, I agree. Now shut up. Let's go have some fun. Done.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole conversation about politics, religion, anything else he wants to throw at me, because he's been thinking about it for a month. He's going to convince me to change my mind about something, which
he's playing out his whole argument for you. Hey,
you know why? It's his life mission, because I'm the older sister, and it's never freaking happened yet. He's never
right.
He's like, so it's like he's got to do it. You know, so I'm like, nope. It's no. We got 2 hours. This is what we're doing. You know, no matter. He hates it, but that's the way it is. I'm not going to sit down while everybody's there and get into this drag down discussions and they're good conversations.
Dinner table. Right. There's other times, time and a place. Dinner table is not the time and place for pandemic talk. You know what I mean? Like, can we enjoy the ham? Like, hello, anybody want pie? It's like,
and it's like, it's not like I'm ignoring the apocalypse or anything like that. There wasn't anything aimed for the house. I got time. You can talk to me later about it. I'm not avoiding the conversation. I have these conversations on the regular with friends, with family, with everybody.
It's just the time and a place.
I just don't, I don't really want to talk about that stuff like in that kind of a gathering with the kids around, you know, and everybody else, and with so many divided opinions, you know what I mean?
And I don't strong emotional opinions,
right? And I don't want all of those people getting uncomfortable at the same time, because what a mess that is, you know, like that. That becomes untenable, you know.
Right, because once it becomes conversation at the dinner table, there is no let's agree to disagree, right? It's a kind of discussion at the table. So everyone's trying to get their opinions, and it's, and like you said, with the kids around and stuff, like they don't want to see all the aunts and the uncles and the parents and the grandparents like arguing, right?
And even if they're not arguing,
hearing laughter, and
it's the passion, it's the raised voices. You don't even have to be arguing. They are very strong opinions that come out about this. Your voice gets louder, you get stronger in your opinion, you get a little more aggressive in your conversation. Not that you're arguing. I mean, nobody's really like, they're not throwing butter knives or bread at each other at the table or anything. But I mean, I shouldn't say that. I am from Jersey. It does happen. But
I mean, it's better to throw bread than knives. You know what I mean? Like if I throw a roll at you, I probably like you. But if I throw a knife at you, I probably don't. You know what I mean? If I'm throwing a roll at you, it's just like, here, enjoy the car.
Here, have a roll.
Bread is delicious.
You're too funny. You're too funny.
It is.
But I get it. I get it. You know, I'm just like, I have this picture of a Real Housewife episodes with Teresa Giudice just throwing the table like that's like, whenever anybody says Jersey dinner, I know like half the country, that's what they picture.
That flip the table moment.
Flip the table moment.
Iconic.
Because she got so mad. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I mean, I've definitely felt like that before, where it's like, you know what I mean? Like a cartoon with steam coming out of their ear. I'm no Teresa Giudice. I could never flip a table. I would be like, especially in a restaurant, like that. They weren't even in someone's home. I don't think they were like at a restaurant.
They were at like a very fancy. I know where they were. Like it's like
it up and I was like, dang, you know, you don't see that a lot here in the Midwest.
You know they were in the executive.
I like it.
Yeah, but on that, now that we've flipped the table, we've done everything on this stream today. We've done every show that I do on this one. Right? We've done a plethora of everything. It's great. I hope you'll come back because this was really enjoyable.
Oh, absolutely. I was delighted to be asked, and felt honored, and I always have a good time in your chat. So I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna have a great time on panel.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, you always have an open invite. If you're up, you're around for mayhem, you know, just shoot me. And if you want to come up or come and chat or whatever.
And I'm usually awake, Yeah.
Well, come on, girl, because like I know there's nothing that's gonna happen there that you'll run away from either.
Yeah, no, I'm not too. I mean, I'm not like, oh man, nobody has clothes on. Because I have looked. I'm like, can I make my avatar naked? You know what I mean? So I went to my avatar.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because are you using Bitmoji or are you using the one from the internet?
No, I used something online and I went and checked, and I'm not allowed to do no shirt. But I was like, if I make the shirt,
just put a halter on, or just put a halter on. They have a halter shirt.
I have to see if that's one of the options. But yeah,
because you're only showing your
make it naked.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get her.
If you're going Bitmoji, you could put the nude underwear on. It's like a band across your butt, and then it covers your butt, and then you could blur the lines if you want. Like you don't have to do full body like I do on the thumbnails and stuff, but you just have to put a halter on it to look like it,
Yeah.
or you can contact, you're in the Discord. You go in there and you ask somebody, and I bet you 3 people will come up with a naked avatar for you. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
They're all very good.
I'll probably have them in my DMs, and
they will.
now because talking about it.
Yeah.
How do I get naked, you guys?
Yeah. I have people that did breast augmentation on my avatars, because your avatars don't come like that, people. I assure you. You don't get to just pull your t-shirt off and they're there. But
Yeah, an avatar isn't anatomically correct most of the time.
Yeah. We actually have the conversations. Should they be bigger? Should they be less? If we make them like real, they're just going to look ridiculous. Like you just can't do that. You're going to look lopsided. I was like, okay.
Right. This is the internet. You can make it anything you want.
Yes, you could. God help you all when I do get my animated avatar.
Now, a naked pickle, a pickle with some breasts. I'm down for it.
Wait, there was actually Pickle. Wasn't there something pretty bizarre like that in the we did I think she's been augmented, but it was with Yoda instead of breasts. Yeah. I think that did happen. Like crazy stuff happens in there sometimes. They are.
Yeah.
Avatars is anatomically correct as a Barbie doll. This is true. This is
you can
true.
Make your avatar anything you want.
But I don't want to look like a Barbie. I want to look like me. Thank God I can sound like me on here, although half the internet doesn't think I do. Fuck you. But anyway, sorry, Kelly. You didn't need to hear that. But
no, it's okay.
They still at me, even last night about that bullshit. Anyway, it's me. Believe me. This isn't a voice box. This isn't, whatever.
Oh, some of the theories that people, I had someone get in my DMs and be like, so-and-so said your real name was this. And I was like,
I know,
where did this come from? My name is Kelly. That I swear, I was like, I didn't think. I wasn't smart enough to come up with like a stage name. But it was funny because it's like, I don't even know where this person pulled it from. It's like, it wasn't said anywhere. It was just this, someone said that's not your name. No, and I've had people say, are you this person? I think Kelly is mysterious. And it's like, I can promise you I am not driven enough.
Well, if you
are mysterious, I'm too lazy.
If you are, we already know each other for quite some time,
I'm over here pretending like I just met you.
And you're pretending like you just met me. But what I was going to say, that was the first conversation that you and I actually had. That when we started, we went, Do you remember when we first went on panel and we talked about, we owe none of you a conversation like that. Yep. Is that my real name? Is this my real voice? What size underwear I wear? Whether I've got socks on? What exactly. And if you're uncomfortable with that, I'm sorry, but we are allowed to present to you who we are here on YouTube. Yes. Anything else we don't want to discuss or we're not talking about, that's ours. It belongs to us. It
doesn't mean it's fake. It doesn't mean there's a mask.
It doesn't mean fake. I assure you, I'm as real can get out here.
Exactly.
But I will also stand behind. I owe nobody a conversation about anything else that they want to ask me about. Now, people will tell you, if you come and ask me, I will tell you the truth about most things, except my personal business. You don't get to know who I sleep with, what size underwear I wear, what I do, what I have for breakfast, where I grew up, what high school I went to. Oh, I'm sure you all know already because there's pedants all over the internet. There's a whole group of you.
So weird.
Freaking idiots.
Yeah. I don't need to know that information about anybody online. There's nobody online that I need to know where you grew up or what high school you went to. Well, I don't, you didn't go to my high school, I don't think, right? Like, I don't think I know you.
If you're not in the class photo.
Very vague, name. Could I possibly know almost a doctor? Yeah. The chance is like 0.0001%. Like, I don't care what high school you went to.
But you don't. Right. Exactly. But on that, we're going to, that's a good one for our next conversation. Talk to me, girl. Let's work something up for next week. I got spot. Let's have that conversation. And on that, I'm going to put the outro in. Kelly, I really do want to have that conversation next week.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody that's in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with us. This was really very pleasant. I'm going to put the outro on and you can talk in the chat for a few minutes. It'll go for like two minutes or so. Thank you to my mods. Thank you to everybody. And if you have not liked the video, please like the video. If you have not subscribed or pressed notifications to get notifications, please do that, because for some reason I've got like thousands of you on Twitter and only a few hundred of you over here. Well, what's the dealio, people?
Yeah, hit that red button, you guys.
You're watching me. Do me a favor. Give me the grace. Push the damn button. So, like, I want to get to 1,000. I want to be a real YouTuber. Okay?
Yeah, you are a real YouTuber.
Well, thank you for that.
Even without the 1K, you're as real as they come.
It's in my head. It's in my head. I just want to get there, you know? If you enjoy the content, keep me here. Push the button. Let's get to 1,000 before I start losing them at the year anniversary. It will be good. And that was my begging moment, probably the only begging moment that I had for 2021. There you go. Let's hope I don't have to do it for 2022. All right. On that, I'm out. There goes the brand. I'm going to put on the outro. Like I said, I was going to like 3 times already, but this time I really am. The final holiday outro of the season. Thank you very much, Kelly. This has been pleasant. I look forward to more. And
yes,
we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.